Ball Heart originated through STEPS, which is showcasing the endless possibilities of Scarborough, and the ministry gave funding to all the Pride neighborhoods to start an event that pretty much acknowledged or identified some of the barriers in the community. So of course, for our community, violence was a big thing.
Anthony Smith, 21.
So people could have certain rights within prison, because obviously many things are restricted.
A lot of times, we don't realize the potential that we have in our community. There's a player on my team. He was a phenomenal talent, 6'4", 200. He doubled basketball. He had him rock. His name is Joshua Shepard. And because of certain circumstances, he was gunned down.
Bailey Zavita, 23.
Channel that energy, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of serious trauma going on. We all heard what's happening in these streets recently, you know what I mean? How certain things are sensationalized, and you know, we hear about East End and we hear about this, but all we do is kind of walk away, and we have to just deal with it in these streets. No one ever comes to us and says, you know, and talks to us and gets us through it and deals with that vicarious trauma, right? We just kind of got to figure it out for ourselves.
We started off with the question about why do people join gangs. The police in a way are like a gang. And you know, if you look at gang culture, if someone from your place does something to my people, I'm gonna hate everybody, even whether it was me or not. So if I've seen a police officer do something that I don't agree with,
why do you think there's so much violence in the city?
People don't agree on certain things.
Brianna D, 3.
Welcome back to the Reach Rap Roundtable. I'm your host, Roger T, with my main man,
Kevin C. In the place to be, most definitely.
And the place to be is
Ball Hard. Ball so hard.
Part 4.
That's right. It's the 4th edition, man.
Building community, stop the beef, ball hard.
The fact that yesterday there was day 1.
Right.
And yesterday day 1 had Officer Rod talking, and it had Latoya Jane from Finch speaking.
Right.
And you know, I caught that part, but I mean, I had to bring those youths from as far as Mississauga to the east, and I, you know.
Basil Busy Brian, 23.
Let me ask you this, since you're young people, why do you feel young people join gangs? Why would someone want to join gangs?
Feel love. If they don't get it, then they
So it's really about finding acceptance, finding love, finding a sense of belonging. So usually if you don't feel like you're part of something, that's what happens.
Of this ball tournament, I wanted to be a part of it because I'm not from the east, I'm from the west, and a friend of mine told me about it, and I thought I'd just come by and help out the referee.
Hold on a second. Kevin, finally we got it.
That's right.
We've always been talking about guys in the east stay in the east.
It's true.
Guy in the west stay in the west.
That's right.
Finally, I got a West End guy
in the east.
In the east.
Listen to me, man. I go anywhere.
Are you scared?
Scared of what?
I gotta say that, right?
No,
Jeff,
you're right.
I really want to make a change, because now when I got in there, it's when I really started seeing what's really going on in the system.
And I thought about the reason behind it, and I thought about my mothers that have lost their sons, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna come out and support just for that. I heard so many names called today, and that I've heard over the years, all these deaths. Like, I've been around to hear every single one of those names.
You know what's interesting? When I heard the names, it actually took a moment for me, because I was like, I don't want to be able to put a picture to these names, yet each name called, I could actually remember their faces, and they were young children.
At the time, too.
At the time.
Yeah, man.
I was pregnant, actually, with Anthony when Brianna. And, you know, like, and
Jordan Manners was one that really. I mean, they all hurt my soul. And what bothered me about some of this, Kev, was some of the young kids I didn't even know, but it hurt me so badly, like they were my own children.
Yes.
And that's when I know that we've been in the community for a long time.
Ephraim Brown, 11.
Because like violence is really like everywhere, I kind of think like when you live in like a capitalist society, that's something that comes with it. I think violence comes when there's like a lack. When people don't have, then you're forced to have the alternative ways of getting a desired outcome. And sometimes violence is the tool, the way to go about that. So I think there's like a lot of just ignorance, a lack of understanding, maybe a breakdown in communication, why things will lead to violence. Like when you feel like your voice isn't heard, or you feel...
Like today I seen 3 brothers out here, young men, 18 years old, balling hard. And I said, yo, you guys need to be playing somewhere, at least for the summertime.
Well, like I said, violence is usually, especially in this context, like violence is usually attached to lack. You know what I mean? Like there's something that's missing, whether it's just fulfillment, whether it's love, whether it's, I don't know, like emotional stability, family, money, or whatever, like opportunities. Like when these things are missing, then you're going to have that. So I feel like, a simple way to fill that void is to fill that void with those kind of opportunities. So opportunities that generate income, opportunities that generate, education opportunities, so people can like really learn about themselves, opportunities to learn how to better communicate, ways to discover yourself, because I feel like when you don't know yourself, then that creates a certain level of frustration, and then that can be projected elsewhere. But when you take the time out to understand yourself. Why do you think, just youth in general, like hate police?
I think it's because even if a youth didn't do anything, that they're still stereotyped that they did something bad, even if they
Now, well, I know that later on today we're going to have, police officers putting against why I chosen, so, having like an event like this where there's like police involved, has that changed your views on police? No? Just like whatever. It's just one event, so.
the only event that I've seen
Okay, so you're saying that there's more events happening than that may change, but for now it's just one event. Fair enough. I've been fortunate enough to meet some really good people that just happen to be in a uniform, and I've met some really bad people that just happen to be in a uniform as well. So I can't generalize and be like, paint the brush like how the media would do when it comes to like the black community. One person does a bad thing and then it's the whole black community. I'll treat it more like how the media deals with race. So when it's like a white person who's gone through a certain issue, it's the individual that gets attacked, not the whole entire white community. So I'll look at it that way, like I said, I've had some bad experiences, and I'll hold that to those particular individuals, but then I've had some good experiences that will show that, there's good and bad people and everything, so it's one of those, teeter-totter things. Well, based on experiences, on things that they've seen, things that they've gone through, things that they've heard. Rap music plays a big part in that, like the police is a big thing. And to speak on that when it comes to the hip hop contest, because when people are saying rap police, the origins of that was really about tied to systemic racism. It was a situation where police were coming into black communities and killing people, planting things and whatever. So it was more like that
vacas. It's like, I didn't like vacas. I'm like, why do they like vacas? Because my body's big. I'm like, okay. Because that's all I'm asking to see you as at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Your nickname forms your life. Like, how you what you call yourself is what you're gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? Like all 45s or AK-47s or 9mm are in jail and they're dead.
Within the time that I got, it was 4.5 years. I was looking at 15 years, I ended up getting 4.5.
Georgina Vivi Lemonis, 23. Jarvis St. Remy, 18. Hugh Chek Mao, 47. Jordan Manners, 50. Jane Kriba, 15. Joshua Yaseh, 23. Jarvis Motak, 15. Kishan Williams,